So you're driven, you got massive ambitions, you crave success, and ultimately, you want to experience the life you've always envisioned. But here's the catch. You're unmotivated. You're fully aware of what needs to be done, yet you delay it. This leads to waves of guilt because deep down, you're built for more. That guilt, it doesn't vanish. It piles up day after day, week after week, until it quietly, transforms into resignation. Then the new year rolls in, and with it, the same resolutions from the year before. You kick things off strong, powered by a mix of inspiration and a dash of wishful thinking. But before long, procrastination sneaks in, like that one relative who always drops by without notice. Your recurring delay turns into a loop of inactivity. Eventually, you start labeling yourself. I'm just a lazy person. But here's the real question. How do we escape this loop and finally defeat procrastination? The internet is flooded with advice. Most of it surface level. Delete social media, block out distractions. Sure, those might help for a little while, but they miss the real enemy. The true culprit is inertia. In physics, inertia means things at rest prefer to stay at rest, and things in motion prefer to stay in motion. Unless a force changes that's Newton's first law, and it applies just as much to chores and goals as it does to physical objects. Starting any task, no matter how small, requires a little push. But we often exaggerate how big that push needs to be. Inflate the starting point so much in our minds, it feels impossible. So we avoid the task altogether. Choosing easy distraction and cheap dopamine instead. To conquer procrastination, we have to defeat inertia. And there are two effective methods to do it. 1, shrink the task. Getting started is the hardest part. So lower the pressure. Take the tiniest step. Instead of saying, I have to write a 5,000-word essay, say, I'm just going to jot down 50 words. It's less intimidating, so much easier to start. 2, use a 2-minute trick. If you're resisting a task, tell yourself you only do it for 2 minutes. That's it, just 2. And if you want example, don't want to clean your room, put on one song. Clean while it plays. Stop when it ends if you want to. Here's the magic. Most of the time, you'll keep going. Why? Because objects in motion stay in motion. Momentum kicks in. At first, it's like pushing a boulder uphill. But once you pass the tipping point, it rolls. And that's why your initial push needs to be small and easy. You can use these tools in any part of your life. Going to the gym, building your side hustle, strengthening relationships, whatever it is. Like Martin Luther King Jr. said, you don't have to see the whole staircase, just take the first step. This is Alex. He's intelligent, driven, and grinds harder than a sleep-deprived engineering student during finals. But here's the catch. Despite clocking in long hours, it feels like he's sprinting in place. Tons of effort. No real progress. Why? Because his daily routine is a disaster. He wakes up and immediately starts scrolling on his phone. Because why not? Then he begins working, only to get sidetracked by texts, lost in a sea of emails, and takes a short break for one YouTube video, which snowballs into 5 hours of bizarre rabbit holes and accidental conspiracy theory PhDs. By nightfall, he's wiped out, overwhelmed, and has accomplished, drumroll, absolutely nothing. Alex is stuck in a cycle of shallow work. Those repetitive, soul-draining tasks that sound useful but couldn't even impress a goldfish. And this isn't just Alex's issue. It's our issue. The world is practically designed to keep us distracted. But here's the good news. There's a way out. Bad news, it's not some shiny new app. One day, Alex stumbles upon something called deep work, the superpower of focusing so intensely that your productivity skyrockets. At first, it sounds ridiculous, like fairy tale level nonsense. Then he catches himself mindlessly refreshing YouTube for another hit of dopamine crumbs. With nothing to lose, Alex takes the plunge. He follows 4 key steps. Step 1, craft the right environment. He transforms his workspace into a distraction-free zone, like a monk in his backyard dojo. Phone, banished to another room. He builds a strict routine when he's at his desk. Distractions are absolutely not allowed. Step 2, break from dopamine cravings. Instead of filling every spare second with scrolling, he trains his brain to sit with silence. No more endless scrolling in lines during downtime. Step 3, slash. He cuts out all the noise, pointless meetings that should have been emails, 24, #7 inbox checking, and tasks that don't serve his vision. He learns to say no. and mean it. Step 4, embrace the discomfort. No more pushing things to tomorrow. He schedules his time with blocks that are law. Work ends when the timer says it ends, not when he feels done. At first, it's brutal. His brain craves the old habits, the cheap thrills. But after a few weeks, insane results. Tasks that once took days now take hours. His output is so good, people assume he's cheating. Best part, he's working less than before. Deep focus for 4 hours crushes 12 hours of fake multitasking while Googling how to get my ex back. Alex becomes a productivity machine, a living example of what's possible. But if you think Alex's journey was intense, wait till you meet David. His story isn't just tough. It's like a horror movie with no jump scares, just nonstop dread. David grew up in chaos, abusive home, bullied in school, and broke. By his early 20s, he was overweight, stuck in a dead-end job, encircling failure with no escapes. No one believed in him, and neither did he. One night, David's flipping through channels and lands on a Navy SEAL documentary. The toughest humans on earth. Something in him snapped. He made a decision. I'm going to become one of them. One problem. He weighed 300 pounds and had just 3 months to lose over 100 to even qualify. People laughed. His scale cried. The math mocked him. But David had already spent his life suffering. Now, he chose to suffer on his own terms. He woke before dawn, ran miles while his body begged for rest, crushed thousands of push-ups and sit-ups, and ate nothing but plain chicken and veggies. In 3 months, he lost the weight. He passed the test. He entered Hell Week, 5 days of no sleep, physical punishment, freezing water, and mental torture. He failed. Twice. Broken bones, injuries, total collapse. But he came back a third time and passed. And that's when he discovered the biggest lie his mind ever told. The 4-year-old. When you think you're done, legs shaking, lungs burning, you're really only at 40 of what you're capable of. Hey, rest. Still inside. Locked away. Beneath all those whiny little justifications your brain throws at you. David was living there. He'd been quitting since he could crawl, grabbing on every excuse his mind handed him like a free sample. But the day he told his brain to shut up, the whole game changed. David became unstoppable. He calls it callous in the mind, hardening that soft, whimpering blob between your ears until it stops panicking the second life gets tough. Most people understand. Most think discipline means skipping dessert once a month. David, he's chuckling at us from the top. Now he got a question for you. Are you going to keep floating in your cozy little comfort zone? Quitting when your latte goes lukewarm? Or are you finally going to smash through that fake 40 your brain's been selling you? Because here's the cold truth. Life is painy. Either way. You can either suffer for nothing or suffer for something.